Welcome to day 11 of the CrossFit Liverpool handstand challenge. So what we're going to be focusing on today is more wall work. Again, learn to use your fingers, try and keep the hollow body position, learn to use those shoulder blades. So we're going to do pretty much similar warm-up as we did yesterday. We're going to do wrist warm-up, we're going to do shoulders, and we're going to go through your straddle stretch or your Japana stretch from a standing position. Just to add on to kind of like your Japana stretch, what you want to try and make sure is when you're in straddle, try and spending a little bit longer time leaning forward, really pulling your hips towards your thighs, or sorry, your belly towards your thighs as we're getting down there. So maybe kind of like 3 seconds. We'll do 2 rounds, shoulders, wrists, and 10 reps of standing straddle stretch. We're going to do 2 rounds, but this time we're going to do 4 exercises. We're going to do 5 inchworms, trying to focus on opening up your shoulders. We're going to do 10 scapular pike push-ups. We're then going to go into 10 leg lifts, just trying to push your head through again a little bit further. Squeeze your bum, try and keep your toes pointed as we're reaching up. And then you're going to do 5 straddle drags. Again, because you're spending a lot of time on these 4 exercises on your hands and on your wrists and putting weight through your shoulders. Don't force yourself through kind of like bad form if your shoulders are starting to burn. Just take a rest between the rounds, or even between the exercises. If you find you just want to break up into 2 exercises, rest the other 2 exercises and then back to the start of the second round. Completely fine. Hopefully your shoulders are now nice and warm. We're going to work onto the skill. Just try and progress these. So we're going to do maybe spend 10 minutes kicking up to the wall, trying to learn to use your fingers again. It's worth going through this every single time. Just make sure you're nice and active through your shoulders, so your shoulder blades together. You're pushing up towards the ceiling. You're trying to keep your fingers straight forward and push into your fingers to lift you off the wall. Try and make sure, again, you're not feeling like your back is swaying too much. We're thinking about reaching out. What we're going to try and do is work on a little bit more endurance today. So again, have a think. Maybe start making a note of this as well, of how long you spend upside down each time. And the other one is trying to see how many times you can lift away from the wall. Me personally, I tend to overbalance and I come down far too quickly. So what I need to learn to do is learn to lean a little bit more into it. So I'm actually going to look to see how many repetitions I can do away from the wall without falling down. Again, try not to, because one that I see really common with people trying to do wall lift lofts, try not to lift one leg then the other leg. Again, nothing wrong with it. We will focus on flutters separately, but this is all about trying to get your body nice and tight and learn to control with your fingers. Yeah, so active tissues, finger control. 10 minutes, set a stopwatch, see how many times you can kind of like lift off the wall or how long you can spend up against the wall. For the workouts, we're going to focus on 2 movements as a supersets. Again, it's just a way of getting like the most amount of efficiency into it. So your skill section, you want to just focus just on the skill, focus on the quality. For the workout section, we're generally going to do supersets to work on a little bit of muscular endurance and just work on the fatigue. So for most of us, it's going to be your shoulders that are going to give up. So we're generally going to go from a handstand or a box handstand, into like a core exercise or a shoulder exercise to work on the tolerance of those weaker shoulder muscles. So today's one, you're going to do flutter kicks away from the wall. It's completely up to you how many you're going to do. So as we said before, kind of like looking at a distance, maybe kind of like knuckle to elbow away from the wall, walk up to that position, try and get a handstand with one leg, and then gently lift one leg off and then swap with the other. So eventually what this leads to is that you're going to have a position, you're going to hold with one leg against the wall with your other leg up against. And if you're kind of like a beginner, you might swap and back down, swap and back down. As a more advanced individual, you might look at trying to swap while you're in midair, bringing the leg back against the wall. Yeah, swap in midair. So you're having a little bit of time where you're freestanding. Again, make sure that if you're doing that one, that you are confident bailing to the sides or into a forwards roll, just in case you do come down. We don't want you to kind of collapse on the floor. So again, make sure, again, we're going to go through tomorrow through your forwards rolls, and we'll start adding in a little bit of pirouette practice as well. Your second exercise is going to be your V-up. Remember, what we're looking for from your V-up is that you're trying to lift the whole of your body up at the same time as you're lifting your legs. So you're meeting at the center point with your toes and your hands. If you struggle with those, you can carry on with the wall V-ups, where you're putting your feet up against the wall, trying to lift your lower back and your upper back off it together rather than thinking about this rounding position. So everything wants to pivot with your belly towards your thighs rather than rounding with your chest towards your thighs.